The other option for a grappling hook is to have it where it's a facing direction. So for instance, I'm going to walk through these steps just so you can see it, how it's done for this part. For the player, we're actually just going to take the gravity and turn the gravity off. And then on the player's properties for rotation, we'll go down to the back of the list here. Alright, so for player rotation, we're going to enable the option to say that the player can move and rotate. We're going to have the player move by a rotation point, being the joystick only at this side. Then we're going to do, let me double check on this one. Yeah, that should be right. Okay, so that's going to set the player up for the basic rotation to be able to move around. For the grappling hook, or an item that you want to follow with it, the input direction is going to be facing direction on this. Standard button push on the up and down. We're going to do a move target to holder. The difference with this one is that we're going to go to the items, and on item we're actually going to lock. We're going to lock on the top direction so that when the item is picked up by the player, that the player is going to hold it, and then when he walks around and rotates, it rotates with him to shoot in the direction he's facing. In terms of making sure that that works, let's double check here. Should just work this way. Alright, so when this is picked up, so again, now it doesn't rotate that way, which means we need one more thing changed on it. So on the grappling hook for the position rotation scale, there's an option to take off local and choose parent for the rotation type. And then that'll ensure that the object that becomes attached to it, like an item or a grouped item, winds up being the facing direction of the player like this. And then whichever way I'm actually facing, when I wind up shooting it out, it winds up going that direction as well. Alright, so then we'll do one more thing just to clean up the grappling hook, and then we should be finished off with it here. Alright, so the tiling amount, we'll just take this over to the about 10 and double check on the thickness here. 5 and 5 on that, which works good. And when it comes to what can it actually hit, let's go ahead and make sure that it only hits a let's find the right target here. Target move. We'll say that instead of moving it once it gets it, we'll just have it so you can control it. And then we'll do the right joystick to control with. And then on the hit, let's see if we get the right one here. Those are good. Should be one more option here. We're going to say hook to any object. That way we can grab either of those two objects there. And then this will set us up so that we can move the player around, and then with one joystick can rotate him and move him. You can shoot and grab, and then you can also move this one up and down. And then as you move this player, then he moves with it. Alright, so there you go. Just another way that you can use the grappling hook along with the player, and then have a different setup for the for a top-down style.